In order for you to get paid right away, it has to get into the right hands. So you need to make it addressed to Heather. If Heather gets it, you get paid. If Heather doesn't get it, you don't get paid. Which means that we need to put in Heather's information into the first and last name field, and it'll populate down into the address information section, the billing section. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And we're going to work with corporate accounts here, but I'm already trying to get you a little bit up to speed with how you can use these different fields for different methods depending on whether it's an individual customer or a corporate customer. So we've got, in our case here, we are still with an individual vendor. Okay, customers and vendors, it's going to apply the same way. So if you hear me talking about customers or vendors, it's the same thing, even though we're in the vendor center. We've got Maureen L. Fay. Let's go ahead and continue setting up our vendor. Did I confuse anyone or lose anyone? Ladies, you okay? Okay. And I'm just going back and forth between the vendors and customers because it works the exact same way between vendors and customers. Maureen L. Fay, we're going to go down into the address information section. We want to go ahead and put in her address of 200 Royal Road. Okay, so let's put in 200 Royal Road, Bayshore, California, 94326. Bayshore, California, 94326. Now, she is a vendor. We're going to have to pay her for her bill that she's going to send us, correct? What do we want to have? If you look on the bottom left corner of your vendor screen there, it says print on check as. You got to feel it says print on check as, and we're going to put in Maureen Fay. So we have her in our system the correct way by last name first, and we have all the wonderful stuff, Maureen Lynn Fay CPA. But because she's a sole proprietor and she's not incorporated, she wants to make sure that she can cash her checks when she goes to the bank. And she says, hey, please make it out to Maureen Fay. Forget about the CPA, forget about my middle name, forget about everything else. If you make it to Maureen Fay, I'll be very happy because I can cash the check. And so therefore, you can have internally in your database, in your vendor center, you can have it set up one way, the way you want to view it, and how it actually prints on a check, you can have it totally different. So we've got Maureen Fay, and once you've gotten that far, go ahead and hit OK, and we can save Maureen in our system, in our vendor center. You're going to go up to the File menu on the main menu, and then next to File, you've got Edit where we were before, and then after Edit, you have List, View, and then List. So you're going to go under the List menu, and under the List menu, the very first option is Chart of Accounts, isn't it? Now, what happens when the Chart of Accounts opens up? It's quite small. You can barely see it, and you'll go blind if you're looking at it like this and trying to work on it. So I want you to expand. Go ahead and click your middle button there to expand it on the full screen. And now you see the chart of accounts. This is what we set up when we set up our company file earlier. We set up our chart of accounts. So this is simple, easy, clean chart of accounts. We're going to get into more complex chart of accounts as we go along. And by complex, I mean that we are going to have accounts, main accounts, and we will have sub-accounts. So we'll get into all that in just a brief moment. So you can set up accounts, master accounts, the parent account, and then you can have sub-accounts.